Well, it finally happened. The hammer has dropped, and Karmelo Anthony has been indicted by a Texas grand jury for a first-degree unaliving of Austin Metcalf, and rightfully so. And real quick, before I get into this video, I want to say something. As a Black American, I want to say that by no shape, form, or fashion does the Black community stand behind, justify, or agree with this ignorant, savage attack performed by Karmelo Anthony on Austin Metcalf. And the fact that you got race hustlers out there that tried to take a situation between two boys and make it this big racial thing is BS. Because the fact of the matter is this: if you punch somebody in the face and you swell their eye up, the eye will heal, but you can apologize to that person. If you steal from them, you can replace or return those goods. You can apologize to them. But when you take someone's life, that is final. And there is no coming back from that. And the fact that the Democrat Party and Dominique Alexander, who is the representative for Austin Metcalf, have done everything within their power to make this a racial thing. As a matter of fact, the fact that Mr. Metcalf, the father of Austin Metcalf, went to a press conference to pray with the Anthony family and was rudely booted out says all you need to know about Dominique Alexander himself. All right, so let's get off into this, and I'm going to introduce you to Dominique Alexander and show you more about who he is. But let's look at this article real quick right here. So from the Independent, it says Texas teen Karmelo Anthony is charged with first-degree unaliving of high school track meet Austin Metcalf. In a statement, Collin County District Attorney Greg Willis acknowledged that the unaliving had struck a deep nerve in the community and beyond. A Texas teenager has been charged with the unalive over the fatal stabbing of a 17-year-old at a high school track meet. Karmelo Anthony, 17, was charged with first-degree unaliving over the situation with Austin Metcalf. Collin County District Attorney Greg Willis announced on Tuesday the horrific incident occurred on April the 2nd of this year during a sporting event at the Memorial High School in Frisco, Texas, about 30 miles north of Dallas. Prior to the altercation, Metcalf had reportedly asked Anthony to leave the event as he did not attend that high school. Metcalf was found suffering from a stab wound when police arrived. He was taken to a local hospital for treatment, but was later pronounced gone. In a statement, Willis acknowledged that the death of Metcalf had struck a deep nerve in the community and beyond. Now, let's get off into this. Now, this individual that you're going to see here, you're going to see walking out here with Karmelo Anthony. Him. You see this gentleman right there? He's been at the forefront. This gentleman here is Dominique Alexander. He's been at the forefront of this entire situation from go. He was the one responsible for throwing Austin Metcalf's father out. He's the one responsible for jumping on in front of the TV cameras, making this about a black-white thing, acting as if this was some big self-defense thing, and Karmelo Anthony just had no way to defend himself, and his only alternative was to take the life of this boy by having a knife that he just so happened to have in his backpack. Because, you know, everybody takes things like that with them to track meets. This 1.0 grade point average having, dark future living individual took the life of a bright light, close to a 4.0 student who had scholarship offers to go play football at the next level. But this is Dominique Alexander. But guess what else? This is also Dominique Alexander. Now, as you can see here, Mr. Alexander has got an extensive rap sheet, and he's been arrested quite a few times. A multiple time felon who now is a community activist working on behalf of Karmelo Anthony. Now, here's another kicker before I get back to that article. The video footage, the surveillance, because there was surveillance, there was video, and guess what? It's been released. Just not to the public, but it has been released to the media. Now, the lamestream media has said nothing about this stuff being released. And guess what? ABC, CBS, CNN, MSNBC, all of them saw it. They all saw the video, but they haven't said anything. And if you know anything about the Democrat Party, and when some fatal situation happens in the country, if we don't see the manifesto, if we don't see the headlines, if we don't see it on all the media outlets, all the lamestream legacy media outlets, then we know it's because it looks real bad on the Democrats and it does not support their narrative. Forget about it being the truth. It doesn't support the narrative. So the fact that this video has been released now for over a week to the media and you haven't heard anything from lamestream legacy media, but journalists have been writing about what they see because they were unable to record anything. They were unable to take copies. Even the notes they took was limited. But here's what we got from it. Check this out. The footage of Austin Metcalf's unaliving, which has not been released to the public, shows no physical confrontation between Metcalf and Karmelo Anthony before Anthony fatally poked, according to the Texas bureau chief for the Daily Mail. If true, this contradicts Anthony's account that he was acting in self-defense and indicates that Anthony attacked Metcalf without physical provocation. And let's check out what actual journalists are saying about it. Anthony has admitted to the poking, but maintains he acted in self-defense, claiming the truth will come out. Initially, Frisco police said an altercation between the teams led to the violent encounter. However, the footage reviewed by the Daily Mail at the Frisco Independent School District's headquarters shows no obvious physical confrontation between the two prior to the poking. The Daily Mail did not detect anything that indicated chaos was about to ensue. Strict guidelines were enforced for viewing the footage. Reporters were only permitted to take handwritten notes and were barred from capturing or republishing stills or clips. The district allowed the limited release because the students' identities are not easily discernible in the video. Captured by a high-angle camera positioned near the press box and typically used for football broadcasts, the footage shows the tent at the top left of the screen. Students are sitting idly beneath it, waiting for the competition to start. If you're enjoying this video, do me a solid, hit that thumbs up, because I will never ask you for a cash app or a super chat, but you and that like button, it really does help the channel, helps get the information out there. And if you aren't subscribed to the channel, subscribe. And whether you're already subscribed or going to subscribe right now, make sure that you hit the notification bell and then you select all. That way you'll be notified when I upload new videos, because YouTube hasn't been notifying everybody. So make sure that your notifications say all. Thanks. Then, seemingly out of nowhere, it becomes apparent that the moment has happened when an armed Anthony attacked Metcalf. The poking itself is not visible on camera, but the reaction is immediate. Students are seen fleeing from under the tent. When police later confirmed Anthony fled the scene, he cannot be clearly identified in the footage. So there you have it. The journalists are seeing this footage, and guess what? It does not match the story. And here's something else. Karmelo Anthony's father ignorantly jumped on a podcast, and he pretty much sealed his son's fate. The things that he was saying on this podcast, any defense attorney would have grabbed him, taped his mouth shut, and smacked him around a little bit, because he may have just convicted his son. But you know what he was doing? He was just being honest. And the truth has no alibi. Now, let's check out here the Collin County District Attorney Greg Wills and what he has to say about this whole incident. Let's check this out.
Good afternoon. Earlier this spring, our community was shaken by what happened at a school track meet in Frisco, the violent loss of 17-year-old Austin Metcalf. For weeks now, my team has been presenting evidence to the grand jury, and today I summarized that evidence, and I asked the grand jury to return a first-degree murder indictment against Karmelo Anthony, which they did. With this indictment, the case now moves formally into the court system. From this point forward, we'll continue doing our job both fully and fairly to pursue justice under the law. As for the scheduling of the trial, that will be up to the court. But when the time comes, we will be ready. Now, we know that this case has struck a deep nerve here in Collin County and beyond. And that's understandable. When something like this happens at a school event, it shakes people to the core. But let's remember that the justice system works best when it moves with steadiness and principle. That's what we're committed to, and that's what this case deserves. We're also mindful of Austin's family and everyone who loved him. Please keep them in your thoughts, and if you're willing, your prayers as well. Finally, let's remember that a defendant is presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law. Good afternoon.
And the kicker is this. Again, it goes back to any man that's a man that they knows. You went through getting picked on. You may have went through getting bullied. You may have went through getting pushed around. There was always some boy that was bigger than you, stronger than you, faster than you, that may not have liked you, that might have picked on your shoes, picked on your clothes, stole your girlfriend. I don't know. But it happens. You live to fight another day. Sticks and stones. We were taught that growing up. Names can never hurt me. But these young men are highly emotional. And with these race hustlers making them think everything is about black and white. No, it's not. It's about green. It's about classism. And these elites make those at the bottom fight over the crumbs, while those at the top of the table are white, black, brown, yellow. maybe even green, might have some dang on Martians. They're gay, straight, trans, bi, all of that. But they make the people on what is perceived as the lower levels fight over the most minuscule BS differences, when at the end of the day, we may vary externally, but on the inside, we're more similar than we are different. And it's sad, but this young man, Karmelo Anthony, threw his life away and selfishly stripped and robbed another life from a family. And so now this mother and father won't see their son get married, graduate college, have children. Why? Because some ignorant little goofball that was highly emotional and unstable with a 1.0 grade point average that was a month or two away from going and starting his career as whatever job as a handyman, but based on the mentality as a loser, that he was able to snuff the life and rob somebody else is BS. And the fact that you had black folks and white liberals supporting this crap, acting as if it was justified for whatever reason. Let's just say the brothers did push him. Let's say they did jump him. So that means he has a right to take their life? No, I won't agree with that. I don't stand on that, and I don't respect it. And anybody who does, shame on you. But I just wanted to bring you the good news that he is being indicted. He will be convicted, and he will probably spend the rest of his life in prison. Now, being 17, do I believe he should spend the rest of his life in prison? Well, how long is the life sentence going to be for the Metcalf family? That's what those people say, oh, he's 17, the rest of his life. They will never get their son back. The Anthony family can go visit their son. They can write him letters. They can hear his voice. The Metcalfs will never get that again. And there's got to be some atonement for that. So throw the book at him. Send him to El Salvador. But hey, I just wanted to bring you this story. I apologize. I get upset with these race hustlers. Because at the end of the day, man, we brothers and sisters on this little ball that's floating around in this universe. If anything happens here, it's on us to help ourselves. No one else is coming to help us besides the Most High God. But it's you and I here together. And I don't care what color you are. If you got love for me, I got love for you. You got respect for me, I got respect for you. You give me one, if I can, I'll give you two. And I didn't mean for that to rhyme. It just did. But that's what this is about. Not the BS race hustling. So leave a comment. Tell me what you think about it. If you stayed this far, I really do appreciate you. If you haven't already, hit that like button. If you aren't subscribed, subscribe. Most importantly, I want you to be safe and you stay great. I'm Brian Maxwell saying I look forward to seeing you at the top. Over and out, y'all.